Alright, how's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Zaf, and we'll be covering what I think, actually not even what I think, what is pretty much the current meta right now in Season 10. Right here we have the meta review that is provided from Drodo, and this is it, 1 week in Drodo from February 12th to February 18th, pretty much just giving us the data of the most played comps in higher ranks like King and Queen. So as you see here, it tells you popular top 5 units: Flaming Wizard, Tortilla Elder, Storm Shaman, Scryer, and God of Thunder, which is telling you Divinity Mage is insanely rampant in higher level lobbies. But most top 5 most picked, least picked, not too relevant, but here is the juicy part. And if you guys want to find where this is available, highly recommend following Auto Chess on Twitter. And while you're there, hit me with a follow as well. But yeah, this is pretty much the percentage of builds that are being represented in the current meta. And there are the main top 3 ones that are way overshadowing the rest of the comps. So before I get right into it, if you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Definitely helps out and helps me keep doing more content like this. So let's go get ahead and get started. So here at tier 0, ranked by Drodo themselves, it looks like nearly 25% of all comps being played right now at a high level is this Divinity Mage Shaman build. And if you haven't seen this build, honestly, we've seen King, Queen players past 50 games, Divinity Mage, Divinity Mage, Divinity Mage. Every single game these players are forcing Divinity Mage, and it is crazy. Can't wait to see some tweaks come out, but this is the current meta right now. Divinity Mage Shaman, easily the best, most consistent build in the meta. So we're going to be going over exactly what units go in these comps in a little bit, but I'm just going to review these top 3 for now. So number 1, easily Divinity Mage with 4 Shaman transition towards the end. Then second 2 at tier 1 is going to be 6 Beasts. They call it Beast Demon, but honestly 6 Beasts with any carry is very strong, and I'll go over it in just a bit. And then this third composition in my top 3 representing 15% is going to be Glacial Knight, which pretty much is just 6 knights and its variants. So let's go ahead and start with Divine Mage here. So we just got a follower. How do I get a follower? I'm not even online right now. But alright, so this is kind of hard to see with this arrow here, but I can't pause it. So yeah, so for Divinity Mage, you're gonna want 3 divinity units. So it's always most likely early game going to be your God of War. You can see it here, God of War, Goddess of Light, Grand Herald. So those are your 3 divinity units right now, and then you're going to want 3 mages. So you, more likely than not, you're going to want the Source right down here. You're going to want Thunder Spirit, and then for that third mage, which is usually your carry, ideally you get a Tortilla Elder. But if you can't find a Tortilla Elder, some people have been relying on the Flame Wizard as well. So those are your 3 divinity, 3 mages. You need 1 extra wizard in there. It's usually going to be Soul Devourer. Some people have been opting out for the Grim Touch if they're using Flame Carry for the combo, but normally it's going to be Soul Devourer just because it's Divine Mage versus Divine Mage, and Soul Devourer with the mana burn is so good in the Mage mirror match. So we're at 7 units, and then that last 8th unit for a level 8 build is gonna be the Warpwood Sage, ideally at 3 stars. And if you guys haven't seen Warpwood Sage in Divinity Mage, it is absurd. Warpwood Sage 3-star refuses to die. Just stack some armor on it and it pretty much becomes unkillable. It honestly can be considered your primary carry in most cases. It really draws the games out, prevents you from dying. Super hard to kill. So between you want to stack your armor items on the Warpwood Sage, and then you want to stack your mana items on your Tortilla Elder, like Pole Staff, Voodoo Staff, Python Wand can go on Tortilla. And then for 9 and 10, it's pretty much whatever tech units you want. In this particular game here, we threw in another Tortilla Elder. You can throw in Granny Cannon, you can throw in Scryer, but in most games, this is what your level 8 is going to look like. Just Divinity Mage with Warpwood, and then late game, when you get to level 10, there you go. So you want to find yourself 3 Shaman units. So here we found ourselves a Scryer, a Storm Shaman, and a Defector. So what you'll need to go from that Divinity Mage Warpwood into this 4 Shaman build is you're gonna have to find God of Thunder. So you see here we found the Zeus, or God of Thunder. You want to replace the Thunder Spirit or the Source with God of Thunder. I probably recommend the Thunder Spirit just because Source is pretty valuable in Divinity, unless you have like a ton of mana. But usually you're replacing the Thunder Spirit for God of Thunder, and then you replace the God of War for a Shaman, since you don't need the Divinity anymore. So God of Thunder adds in there 3 Shaman, and with the Wizards, those 3 Shamans give you 4 Shamans, and that's pretty much full build at 10. You get to keep 3 Mage now that God of Thunder is a Mage. You still keep that Warpwood 3-star front line, and now you just got the Shamans here. So yeah, hopefully that pretty much covers Divinity Mage Shaman transition. So let's go ahead and start covering the 6 Beast comp. So 6 Beast is honestly such a versatile composition. Just the core of the 6 Beast giving everyone so much damage is so good. There's so many variants of 6 Beast. People can run 6 Beast Witcher with a Fallen Witcher carry. You can run 6 Beast Kira with Venomancer and Ogre Mage. You can run 6 Beasts with a Doom 2-star as a carry, maybe multiple Dooms, why not? You can run 6 Beasts with Sacred Lancer, Berserker carry, and adding Glacial. You can run 6 Beasts with Rogar carry. You can run 6 Beasts with Emberblade carry with Panda. 6 Beasts just so versatile. So even though Drodo says Beast Demon, it's honestly just all of 6 Beasts that is a top tier comp. So in this specific example, we are doing 6 Beast Kira. So for this comp, you want all 6 Beasts. You don't even want to cheat it with the Wizards. Wizards don't do you any good in this kind of comp. So you want all 6 pieces, all 6 Beast pieces. So you want Lord of Sand, Poisonous Worm, Tusk, Razorclaw, Werewolf, and the Unicorn. And depending on what you choose to be your carry, those are going to be your other options. So in this case, we have Venomancer carry with Ogre Mage for Kira. If this was the Witcher build, you would want Fallen Witcher instead of Venomancer, and a Taboo Witcher. You're more than likely always going to want Doom in the 6 Beast comp, just because, as we mentioned, Divine Mage is so powerful right now, and Doom is a great counter. So Doom is more likely always going to be in the 6 Beast build as the current meta stands, but the carry slots are going to be different. So Fallen, Taboo. If this is Panda, it's probably going to be Emberblade and a couple Pandas to squeeze it in there. If it's Doom, you can just throw in Warlocks instead, like a Dark Spirit. Like I said, maybe doing multiple Dooms could work as well. Yeah, 6 Beasts, very flexible. Highly recommend it. So for our last comp here that we'll be covering is, they call it Glacial Knights, but it's honestly just all of 6 Knights. 6 Knights with the recent Avenged Knight buff has just been on a tear this meta. There's probably 2 main variants that are being represented at a high level. There is the 6 Knight 6 Human comp, which I don't have an example of just yet. It tries to pretty much at level 9 get all the 6 Knights, and 3 of them have to be human. So you want to have, as you can see here, DK, Argali, and Avenged Knight. So those 3 humans have to be part of your 6 Knights, and then 3 mages, Tortilla, Source, and Flame Wizard. So I think 6 Knight 6 Human, it is powerful because you're able to get to level 12 and then tech in your 4 Shaman, 4 Warlock, any legendary. It's like very powerful to reach level 12. I find it a bit harder to do. It's more of a tempo build. You got to get 6 Human early and just kind of just steamroll the lobby, play aggressive, use all your economy. A little safer one has been more like 6 Knight Glacial with Frost Knight and like a Desperate Doctor. And I've actually been liking the 6 Knight Glacial comp a little bit. It's a bit more consistent for me. So just, it's going to be the 6 Knights here. You see Frost Knight, Avenged Knight, Evil Knight, DK, Dragon Knight, Hell Knight, and Argali Knight. Hell Knight can be teched in also for Lightblade Knight, just kind of whichever one you see first, or which you could potentially get to 3 stars. And then at level 8, you want to have Desperate Doc and Soul Reaper. So Desperate Doc gives you Glacial, Soul Reaper gives you Aegirsis, and the 2 Warlocks together give you 2 Warlocks. So Glacial Knight, it's a classic build at level 8. has been around since season 1 and just kind of mixed up with the carry. These days, Avenged Knight is gonna be your carry. So you want to stack items like Shadow Edge on it, couple armor, attack speed, and just damage on the Avenged Knight. And you pretty much always, when you play this build, you want to try to get to the Avenged Knight 3-star. Can be tough some games, but once you get the Avenged Knight 3-star, super powerful carry. It's almost unstoppable. Pretty much nothing beats it besides like 4 spirits or 4 shaman, but if it has enough stacks, even that's gonna have a hard time beating it. But once you have your 3-star Avenged Knight, then you want to go up to 9 and 10. There's a few options you could do. Some people can throw in dragons in there for DK. I personally think the 4 warlock variant is the strongest, so finding yourself a dark spirit and a venomancer at 9 and 10, it just gives your whole team so much more lifesteal. Avenged Knight does even more healing than it already does with its counter attack ability. So 6 Knight Glacial Aegrises 4 warlock, such a strong build, highly recommend it. So yeah, if you guys want to climb in the current meta, it's just gonna be Divinity Mage transition into 4 shaman late game. It's gonna be 6 beasts with the carry of your choice, whatever you can get online the fastest, and 6 Knight Glacial, and it's usually going to be Avenged Knight 3-star. You can kind of use Lightblade 3-star or Hell Knight 3-star if you really play aggressive and get those early, but for the most part it's going to be that Avenged Knight 3-star. And then as you see here, ton of other comps that are played but in very low percentage. 3 dragons, 6 knights, 7%, goblin Kira 7%, 9 warriors, warlock divinity, panda goblins, 9 mage. When's the last time I played 9 mage? I used to love that comp, but no one's playing it. Not very strong after the warp nerf, or the grim combo, not being able to combo with warp. Insectoid still strong but not being played. Panda beast, human knight, Aegrises hunter, RIP 6 Aegrises, 6 mech, 2%. So not the most diverse meta we've had, but like I said, within these 3 comps, it's still a good amount of variation that you could do. There's like kind of multiple carries you could do. And something I didn't mention with Divinity Mage, notice Divinity Water or Water Spirit carry is not in here. So I think Divinity Water is still kind of relevant, can kind of squeeze in there, but Divinity Mage just a bit more consistent. But in general, Divinity itself is just top tier. So one last thing before we wrap up this video is pretty much their closing thoughts on what they want to do. So they said, "We found that Warped Sage is healing himself too much. We refuse to admit that it's a bug, and we will fix it in the next update." It's kind of like a meme in the community saying that Warped is bugged, because man, like I said, if you haven't seen this guy in Divinity, he heals infinitely. It seems like he just doesn't ever stop healing. Like the healing stack on stack on stack. Like I don't know what's going on. So they address it. Warpwood, unfortunately, it's probably going to get adjusted, rightly so, because it is so strong right now. And then a little future hints here. These are some synergies that are going to be adjusted. Hunters, 6 hunters have been irrelevant in the meta for so long. They kind of became just this tempo build in the mid game to get a win streak and then transition out of hunters. But yeah, looks like they'll be touching hunters, so I want to see a change for the hunter late game. That'll be pretty sweet to see. They're going to be touching mages. I would assume they're going to tweak 3 mage, just because more people are doing 3 mage versus the 6 mage divinity. So I think 3 mage gets toned a little bit. And the last synergy here is feathered. I'm a big fan of Feathered Sins. I used to love Feather Hunter when that was the top tier meta. But yeah, Feather has been completely irrelevant in the meta this patch. So I would love to see some tweaks of Feather to help bring him back into the mix. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. So let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions or just any feedback for this type of video. I know it's not like super detailed that I showed you every single piece, but I try to cover as much as I can. Usually I would do like the top 5 comps, but the meta kind of is what it is. I mean, Panda's still kind of relevant in there, but Panda not very consistent. It's a very RNG based composition, so I don't even want to talk about Panda. That's another synergy Drodo needs to work on, in my opinion. But yeah, overall, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on stream or in the next video. Take care.